Welcome to the real estate edition of That Business Show 2.0 with your host, Jamie Maloney, where real estate becomes show business every Thursday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on our site, thatbusinessnetwork.com, and then made available on demand on iTunes and on YouTube. Again, I've been in real estate business over 10 years now, specializing in the sale of bank-owned properties. But I can help you with your real estate business or anywhere in the country. If you're based here in Tampa Bay, I can help you personally. But again, if you're listening to my podcast, somewhere in another state or another market, please consider me a resource, and I can help you out through our vast relocation and referral network. You just have to reach out to me through the website at thatbusinessnetwork.com, or my email address simply is jamie@tampabayradio.com. Again, jamie@tampabayradio.com. So on today's program, we're going to take a look at what's going on in the marketplace in Tampa Bay, another by the numbers edition of the real estate edition of the program, where we take a look statistically at what's going on in the marketplace. Many people are familiar with the low inventory supplies here in the region, making it very difficult for home buyers to find properties, and it is a seller's market here in Tampa Bay, and it's a seller's market across many of the markets across the United States. So let's take a look at what's going on specifically inside of Hillsborough County. So for the month of May 2017, available properties for sale coming in at 4,194 properties. Now the meat of our market is 150,000 to 299,000, or I should say 300,000. So 150 to $300,000 is where the bulk of the available inventory is in our marketplace, and so that is coming in around 1,764 properties currently available for sale in the multiple listing service, up to $150,000, coming in at just 283 properties for sale. So to put this in layman's terms, what is that in months of supply of inventory? So in the 0 to 150,000 price point, we're looking at just over 1 month of supply of inventory. That is 1.12 months of supply. In the meat of the curve there, 150 to 300, we're looking at just over 2 months of supply of inventory, 2.07 months of supply. So for people not familiar with how a real estate market works, a 6 months supply of inventory is considered normal, and right now we are severely undersupplied. And so that's why when you're making offers on the properties, you're being asked for, your highest and best offer, and you're competing with other buyers out there in the marketplace. It's because we do not have enough inventory to satisfy the demands of the buyers. So why is this? Why is inventory so low? What has happened? Well, first off, we've not seen a normal real estate market probably since the early 2000s, late 1990s, ever since the hypermarkets of 2004, 2005, which fed into the financial crisis, which fed into the robo-signing mess, which introduced Dodd-Frank, then the investment groups coming into the real estate market in 2012. We've not seen normal real estate cycles. There's been a lot of unusual inputs into the marketplace, which has caused this deviation from the norm that you've seen historically through the years in real estate. Combine that with the easy to obtain mortgages, the secondary markets, securitizing and adding liquidity to the marketplaces, has changed the way that real estate is practiced today. Big reason why we don't have a supply of inventory at 6 months or higher in our area right now is because investment groups have eaten up a lot of the inventory that they've turned into rental use, and they've been doing that since 2012, 2013. Those were the 2 years that they were the most aggressive, but they're still back out there in the marketplace buying up available inventory to turn into rental homes. So what does this mean? Well, it means that these homes are not coming onto the market for normal, buying and selling amongst people in the market. So when a renter leaves the property, another renter enters it instead of it being put on the marketplace. Homes should naturally be coming on and off the market due to natural life events such as job change, such as divorce, such as death. All the things that occur every day in life should be adding inventory back to our marketplace. But when they are tied up in rental use, then they're not coming on to our market. And so with rents at all-time highs and inventory at all-time lows, it's created a ripe environment for the investment groups to come in and put these homes to rental use. You also combine that with the new millennial belief that purchasing a home is not necessarily, the American dream, and that they would much rather live in in a rental house, or many of them. The idea and the concept of tiny homes and tiny apartment living is catching on, and we're seeing a development soon to go up here in Tampa Bay that incorporates the tiny home or the tiny apartment idea. That the home is just a place to go sleep, rest, and then go back out there in the community and be a player. And that's so much of what millennials are doing today. They're getting out there and they're getting involved in the community more and more. They're waiting till later in life to get married and to start a family. And so those inputs right there are again affecting the availability of the supply, the rental prices that we're seeing in the community across the country, and specifically here talking about in Tampa Bay. So let's go back over here to the chart and look a little bit more at the statistics here. So in 300 to 500,000 price range, we got 1,197 homes available for sale, which puts us at 3.99, so just under 4 months supply of inventory. $750,000 over to $1 million, 192 properties available for sale in Hillsborough County, which is a 8.35 months of supply of inventory. So you say, well, there's a healthy market, and not necessarily. When you get into our market in the higher price point homes, less is generally more healthy. We're typically oversupplied in the $1 million and up price points. Tampa Bay, specifically Hillsborough County, is not a $1 million plus type of living environment. Yeah, it's a major city and you got $1 million homes, but it's not in LA and it's not in Miami, where it's commonplace to have $2, $3, and $4 million homes. I think the highest priced sale in Tampa's history is like $6 million, and then that was just one home. $1 to $2 million homes, they're out there, but they're not common. You can live in a very, very upscale home in a very upscale neighborhood in Tampa for $500,000, even less, and still have a considerable home for your money. Another reason why a lot of people are moving into the Tampa Bay community, and why Tampa Bay is so attractive to so many investors, both domestically and internationally, because they look at values out in San Diego or in Miami and New York, and then they look at Tampa and they say, wow, I can get that for that price. And so more and more investment is coming in to the Tampa Bay market. And as you can see, once you get above $1 million, there's 200 homes, not even, just over 200 homes available for sale, even at $1 million and above. So even when you start to break the numbers down by 1.5 to 2 million, 70 homes available, 25 months of inventory, 2 million and up to 2.5 million, 25 homes available for sale, and 38 months of inventory in that market. And 2.5 million and up, 45 homes currently listed for sale with 18 months of supply of inventory at that price point. Let's look at what's closed over the last 6 months in Hillsborough County. Price points up to $150,000, had just over 1,500 sales in the past 6 months. In the $150,000 to $300,000 price range, just over 5,000 sales here in the past 6 months. $300,000 to $500,000, we're coming down considerably here at 1,798 sales in the past 6 months. Again, the median price point of homes in Hillsborough County, about 150 to 170, and again, so 150 to 300,000 is the bulk of the available data in our statistical analysis in Tampa Bay, and specifically talking about Hillsborough County. 500,000 up to 750,000, we had 478 sales, and 750,000 to $1 million, 138 sales. When you get over $1 million and up, just coming in a little over 100 sales total between $1 million and $2.5 million. So again, Tampa Bay, or specifically Hillsborough County, City of Tampa, not being a major player in the $1 million and up real estate markets. So what's going on in the distressed inventory? Short sales coming in at just 72 homes available for sale in the multiple listing service, and foreclosures, REOs, another name for that, 110 currently available for sale. So as a percentage of available inventory, short sales are 1.7% of the available inventory. Foreclosures are 2.6% of the available inventory. again, not a distressed marketplace. And we're seeing that more and more as REO brokers are starting to venture into other areas of real estate, including myself. Real estate foreclosed properties has sustained me for over 10 years now, but the market has changed considerably, and realtors that are known as bank agents, foreclosure specialists, are having to reinvent themselves, and that is a process that I myself am going through at this time. Short sales that have sold over the last 6 months, 229 have sold over the last 6 months. Foreclosures, we've had 535 foreclosures sale over the past 6 months. As a percentage of the sales, short sales coming in at 2.5% in terms of the number of homes that have sold over the last 6 months. And foreclosures, 5.85% have sold as a percentage of the available inventory over the past 6 months. Days of supply, or I should say average days on market for the foreclosures and the short sales, 72 for homes that are currently on the market, and 110 average days on market for foreclosures. And for homes that have sold, short sales spending about an average 97 days on market and 48 days on market for the ones that have sold. So I'm going to take a break here. When we come back from the break, we'll take a look at the condo market in Hillsborough County. Also touch on the other counties in the Tampa Bay region, Pinellas and Pasco, and look at what's going on in those markets as well from a statistical standpoint. So you're listening to the Real Estate Edition of That Business Show 2.0 with your host, Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring type products, hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tiles, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
Hi, Jackie Skelton from JR World Travel here. If you travel, you need a licensed professional travel consultant, not a computer. Your licensed professional consultant can get you more for your time and your money. Value for your money and experience, not marketing salesmanship. When you're sick, you call the doctor. When you need legal advice, you call an attorney. So the next time you want to go on any type of travel, call your licensed professional travel consultant who actually represents you. We specialise in group travel, family reunions, weddings, to escorting large groups or making special arrangements for the disabled. Please call 844-249-0190. We are a full-service travel consultancy offering worldwide concierge service. Air, land, sea, rivers, resorts, locally, nationally and internationally. Remember that number, 844-249-0190.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Edition of That Business Show 2.0 with your host, Jamie Maloney, where real estate becomes show business. Thursday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on thatbusinessnetwork.com, and then made available on iTunes and on YouTube. We've even separated out the Real Estate Edition as a separate podcast on iTunes, which is in addition to the weekday show, That Business Show 2.0, of which this is just another episode of that long-standing program. Over 1,500 different entrepreneurial interviews available on the program. And so if you're finding this program on the air or on a podcast for the first time, we invite you to subscribe to the That Business Show 2.0 podcast and become a fan of the program. A lot of great content from a lot of great accomplished business professionals. We'd like to hear your story too. If you're out there in real estate, or if you're in general business and would like to share a story of success or failure or give guidance to the business community, please contact me through tbsinterview.com. Again, tbsinterview.com. So on this program, we're talking about what's going on statistically on the real estate market here in Tampa Bay, of which I serve. I'd like to put out a quick promo that I can help you with real estate anywhere in the country. So simply go to thathomevaluation.com for a free home valuation. If you're in Tampa Bay, I can work with you personally. If you're outside of the area, we'll hook you up with a realtor through our vast relocation and referral network. Again, thathomevaluation.com, and learn more about my real estate business, jamiemaloney.com. We also got real estate functionality added over to thatbusinessnetwork.com on the tab that says real estate. You can search for real estate and also peruse what's available in the rental market, the available properties and vacant land, and also commercial real estate. So all that over there on the real estate tab on thatbusinessnetwork.com. So I want to talk about the condominium market in Hillsborough County. So let's take a look at this and see what's going on in Hillsborough County. Condominiums, generally cheaper price point in Hillsborough County. The trade-off for that is the association dues that come with a condominium. So up to $150,000, we're looking at about 263 homes available for sale in the condo market. Homes that have closed, though, in the last 6 months, or should I say homes, I should say condos that have closed up to $150,000, 1,300 in the past 6 months. We're sitting on still a low supply of inventory, so condominium market still just as undersupplied as the general real estate market, coming in at 1.2 months supply of inventory. Looking at $150,000 to $300,000, which is just about the meat of the curve there. We got 397 homes available for sale in Hillsborough County, and homes that have sold in this price point over the last 6 months, 1,063. And so looking at 2.24 months of inventory available in condominiums in Hillsborough County, between $150,000 and $300,000. After you get above $300,000, you don't have a lot of condos in Hillsborough. We do have 125 available for sale currently, and because declines sharply from there in terms of price point after that. In the sales category, 230 have sold in the $300,000 to $500,000 range, and then we're sitting on 3.26 months of inventory available at price points of $500,000 to $750,000. After $750,000, you get just over, around 35 properties or so, even available for sale in Hillsborough County. So not a lot of condos available at that price point, simply because, as I said in that last segment, high price points is not a staple of Tampa Bay. Hopefully here in the coming years, as we get more investment from the international community and as more and more snowbirds move into the communities, we'll see a higher price point. I don't know, though, if that will be offset, though, by the lack of demand that is coming out of the millennial market, whereas they go for more the rental homes of smaller stature, smaller size. And so only time will tell the impact the millennial generation has on the exiting baby boomer generation. And so supply of inventory in those price points above $1 million, between 9 and 18 months of supply of inventory. Distressed inventory in that price point. Short sales, 19 available for sale, 28 available that are foreclosed properties, and homes that have sold over the last 6 months. We're looking at coming in at just under, actually that 55 should be over there. No, wait, that number is gone. So foreclosures are 148 have sold in the last 6 months. That is a calculation error right there that I'll have to fix. Nonetheless, short sales as a percentage of the available inventory right now that are condominiums are at 2.2%. Foreclosures as a percentage of the available inventory, 3.24%. And foreclosures as a percentage of closed sales coming in at 5.5 months of supply of inventory. Condos were all the rave in 2004 and 2005. They are something that kind of became the day trading of the real estate business. People were going in and out of condos, due in large part because they were cheap in terms of acquisition price, although they typically carry a high monthly maintenance cost. So you want to be aware of that when you're purchasing a condominium for hold versus if you're just going to flip it. And as long as there's not an assessment of lien against the property, and then you're not going to be, buying a property with an added cost is what I'm getting at right there. But when you buy into this market, be certain to do your due diligence on the association and on the development itself. When you buy a condominium, it's like you're going into business with the other unit owners, because you are sharing the development, you're sharing the common areas, and so when there is a problem with any of the common areas, the cost is distributed amongst the unit owners per the bylaws of the community. And I've had some bad experiences in condominiums. I did very well on my first home purchase, lived in it, sold it for a nice profit, but moved into a condo that crashed in value just a year after moving into it, purchasing it for a high of $86,000 and reselling it for 15 or so. So not a great return on investment, obviously, and that is due in large part because of the demand for condos decreased, and the assessments were basically, as values began to fall, people began to flee condos, which then left unpaid assessments, which put a drag on the communities, and so their budgets were not able to maintain the maintenance of the community. A lot of condos have rebounded, other condominiums have not. So when you're purchasing a property, make sure that you're doing your due diligence. Make sure the condominium complex has adequate reserves to pay for things such as a roof or unexpected plumbing issues. Roofs are generally escrowed for within the budget to begin with. But when the development that I ended up living in for a couple of years, it got to where it couldn't even pay its bills. It couldn't pay the water bill, couldn't pay the insurance bill. I fortunately was able to get out of it. I don't know if it's since recovered. The only way to recover from some of those situations is for the state to take it over, to fix the development, assess all the unit owners a certain fee, and then when they don't pay it, they foreclose on the development. That's how you hit reset on a condominium, and that's what I was afraid was going to happen in the development that I was involved in. So I was like, I just want to just be done with this, take my loss, and get out of that one, because I'd rather have something which in exchange for nothing, which is what it was looking like was going to happen again. If the place becomes condemned, the state comes in, fixes the development, and then assesses all the owners their fair share of the costs. And then when the owners don't pay, they foreclose, and then they put it on the market for sale and recover, whatever it is that they're able to recover. Again, that's how you hit reset on a condominium development. And so just be careful though, buying into a condo. People, will advertise maintenance-free living. A lot of the, amenities are covered within the association dues. But you're in business again with many other unit owners, and if they're not paying, the weight of the payment that is not made is then passed along to you. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on in some of these other counties. Let's pull up Pinellas County over here, which is home to St. Petersburg, which is home to Clearwater, which is home to many beaches, a much different environment than Hillsborough County, a rural area. Hillsborough has much more rural area still associated with it. Pinellas County is nearly 100% built up, so even finding vacant land available for sale in Pinellas County is not common, or it's hard to find over there. And so you have much more properties over there, but a much more aged property over there, being built up mostly in the 40s and 50s, and even going back to the early 20th century. A lot of historic homes over there in the downtown St. Petersburg area, and a very blossoming and continually developing community in the downtown area, and just a great place to be in the Tampa Bay region, the downtown St. Petersburg community, which is just part of Pinellas County. So homes over there from $100 up to $150,000. There's 220 homes available for sale. $150,000 up to $300,000, 910 properties available for sale. $300,000 to $500,000. We're sitting on 689 properties available for sale. $500,000 to $750,000, looking at 423 properties available for sale. $750,000 to $1 million, 229 properties available for sale. And then at $1 million and up, you have more $1 million properties over there because you have more waterfront properties available in that marketplace versus Tampa. And so you'll have more of those, and you can see the remainder of the numbers right there. But coming in at just over or just under 300 or so available there. What has closed in the past 6 months in Pinellas County, up to 150,000, 1,300 homes have sold. 150,000 to 300,000. We've had 3,500 homes sold over there. That's also the meat of the curve over there in that market. 300,000 to 500,000, 1,249 homes have sold. 500,000 to 750,000, there's 423 homes have sold over the last 6 months. And 750,000 to $1 million, we have 155 homes that have sold. And then $1 million and up looks at about 120 or so has closed over there in the $1 million price point in Pinellas County. Months of inventory, starting at the low price point of up to 150,000, less than 1 month, 0.99, not even a full month of supply of inventory. Next price point, 150 to 300,000, 1.58 months of supply of inventory. And then we move up to 3.3 months of supply of inventory for 300,000 to 500,000. From there, we start to get into a healthy market at 6 months of supply of inventory at $500,000 to $750,000. And then from there, it begins to creep up, as I told you, with $1 million up in price points, you get a much less absorption rate. So we'll talk a little bit more about Pinellas County and also hinge on, or also talk about Pasco County when we come back from the break. On That Business Show 2.0 with your host, Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Hi, welcome to Yeagers. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeagers, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring type products, hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tiles, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
Hi, Jackie Skelton from JR World Travel here. If you travel, you need a licensed professional travel consultant, not a computer. Your licensed professional consultant can get you more for your time and your money. Value for your money and experience, not marketing salesmanship. When you're sick, you call the doctor. When you need legal advice, you call an attorney. So the next time you want to go on any type of travel, call your licensed professional travel consultant who actually represents you. We specialise in group travel, family reunions, weddings, to escorting large groups or making special arrangements for the disabled. Please call 844-249-0190. We are a full-service travel consultancy offering worldwide concierge service. Air, land, sea, rivers, resorts, locally, nationally and internationally. Remember that number, 844-249-0190.
And we're back to the real estate edition of That Business Show 2.0 with your host, Jamie Maloney, where real estate becomes show business. Each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. on thatbusinessnetwork.com and available on demand on iTunes and on YouTube. So if you're listening to us on this show on the podcast, definitely want to pull up the video on YouTube, which will be linked in the description on the audio files for use with the visual aids that we're using here on this program. And so you can see the statistics here in the spreadsheet that I am using. And if you'd like a copy of these statistics, feel free to email me, jamie@tampabayradio.com. I'm happy to send you over this Excel file. Again, jamie@tampabayradio.com. So looking at Pinellas County here, we went through what's going on in the general market here. Let's take a quick analysis of the distressed market, which is short sales and foreclosures. Short sales has available inventory of around 23 homes available for sale and 66 foreclosures that are available for sale. In terms of what is sold in the last 6 months, short sales, we've seen 109 sale and 379 foreclosures have sold over in the past 6 months. This is an average of 94 days on the market for short sales and an average of 52 for foreclosed properties in the last 6 months. So as you can see, a very similar market. The distressed inventory still very low over in that market. Pinellas County not as hard hit as Hillsborough County was when it comes to the foreclosures and the short sales, although they were impacted. City of Tampa, New Tampa, southeastern Hillsborough County, those were the hot spots for a lot of the foreclosure activity. Also into southern Pasco County. That's simply because that's where all the new homes were being built, and that's where a lot of the first-time buyers were being taken advantage of with easy to obtain mortgages, a lot of mortgage fraud being rampant in the marketplace. And so that's where you see a lot of the foreclosure activity. Pinellas County being so built out as it is, there was not a lot of new investment going into the communities, and so not as ripe of an environment for foreclosure activity. But nonetheless, I have sold many foreclosures in Pinellas County, but the bulk of them being in Hillsborough County. Let's take a look at what's going on in the Pinellas County condominium market. 0 to 150,000, there are currently 663 homes available for sale. 150,000 to 300,000, 624 condos available for sale. 300,000 to 500,000, we got 448 condos available for sale. 500 to 750,000, 239 condos available for sale. And then when you get above 750,000, you got just over 200 available for sale. That gives us supply of inventory, 1.77 or 1.8 months of supply of inventory for condos up to $150,000. When you go for 150,000 to 300,000, we're looking at 3 months supply of inventory. 300,000 to 500,000, 5 months of inventory. 500,000 to $750,000 price point, 5.7 months of inventory. 750,000 to $1 million, 8.7 months of inventory. And then from $1 million and up, we climb from 10 to about 18 with a little fluctuation in there for months of inventory. And so a little bit of more healthy market in condominiums, much more supply for condominiums over in Pinellas County versus Hillsborough County. This is due to the more waterfront availability that we have in Pinellas County versus Hillsborough County. A lot of developments along shorelines and along beach lines. A great place for condominiums to pop up. So let's take a look at what's going on now over in Pasco County Marketplace. Pasco County, a smaller county just north of both Pinellas County on the west and Hillsborough on the east. But this is where the community is developing. And so if you're somebody that's thinking of moving into the Tampa Bay region and who has a long-term plan, you might consider Pasco County. Pasco County has some natural advantages. I shouldn't say natural advantages, but some economic advantages in the fact that it has lower insurance rates. It has lower tax rates, and so it decreases your overall cost of living versus being in Hillsborough County and also in Pinellas County, which have higher taxes and higher insurance rates, due in part to wind rates, which affects the insurance, taxes just being higher because it's more of an urban environment, more services that have to be funded, versus Pasco when you get up into the suburban, more deeply suburban communities of the Tampa Bay region. Pasco County, the only thing I would advise you watch out for are the sinkholes that are in the area. Sinkholes are a phenomenon that's kind of unique to Tampa Bay. I mean, other communities can suffer from them, but they seem to be a hot spot in the Tampa Bay community, but more northward from Tampa, not so much in Tampa. And that's Pasco, and then north of Pasco is Hernando County. Sinkholes simply open up due in large part because of the sand that exists underneath the surface, combined with the frequent rains and water that we get, what washes out that sand. They form cavities underneath the ground, and so they're very common, and there's really no way to predict when and where they are going to open up. They're hard to inspect for, and they're definitely hard to predict. But when they open up, they are completely destructive, and they send a home essentially to a zero value. A couple years ago, you had the one in the news where the guy was asleep in his bed, and the sinkhole opened up within the home underneath the bedroom, and he fell 50 feet to his death as the sinkhole then collapsed in on him, and he suffocated and died and remains buried in that hole. They couldn't even get him out because of the instability of the hole as it was developing. What's so unique to the situation is that hole opened up strictly inside the home, and the home wasn't huge. It was a standard, probably 1,700 square foot home. So had you been, outside the home walking around, you wouldn't have known there was anything wrong with the home, which is interesting because I've sold many a vacant home, and how much of a shock that would have been to walk into a home that had a sinkhole inside of it and the dangers associated with that. Fortunately, that type of occurrence is extremely rare. Sinkholes are common, but to the extent that they swallow, entire properties or swallow up somebody while they're asleep in the bedroom, you got a greater risk of getting hit by lightning than you do of having something like that happen. Sinkholes are covered by a sinkhole insurance. If you're concerned with that, make sure you talk to your insurance agents to make sure that is a rider on your insurance policy. But also be mindful of the fact that sinkholes are kind of an overblown area of faults in real estate. Simple cracks in a home, which can be associated with common settling, can be blown up as a sinkhole. It's an abused thing that lawyers take advantage of. You see those signs all over the northern Tampa Bay region, into Pasco and into Hernando County. Lawyers looking for claims for sinkholes, and people get large settlements. And a lot of times they don't do any type of repair on the home. They just pocket the insurance money, and they're not required to even repair the home. And so they do that. They quit paying the mortgage, they move out of the home, and then you got a sinkhole that's sitting there, or a single home that wasn't repaired, and just part of the distressed market that I deal in. But just because the home has a crack on it doesn't mean that it has a sinkhole. Also, if the home is a repaired sinkhole, don't let that stigmatize your view of the property so badly. It's actually, if you're going to move into Pasco or Hernando County, I would be searching out repaired sinkhole properties. Those homes are as stable as they can come. When they repair a sinkhole, essentially what they do is they put the home on stilts. They pin the home to the bedrock, which is several feet or more than several, but many feet beneath the ground, depending on which area that you're in. And then they're going to fill the hole that had formed underneath the property with concrete, as I understand it. And so, yeah, a sinkhole could still open up in some capacity underneath the home, but even if it did, the home is on stilts, pinned to the bedrock, and thus very stable. And so you have plus you have a 25-year warranty that is usually standard with sinkhole repairs. So take advantage of repaired sinkhole properties if you are moving into Pasco and Hernando counties. They're fully insurable, and you should be rest assured that your home is safe and sound. So let's take a look inside Pasco County. 150,000, or I should say up to 150,000, 343 homes available for sale. 150,000 to 300,000, we're sitting on 911 homes available for sale. 300,000 up to $500,000, 618 homes are currently available for sale. 500,000 up to $750,000, 98 homes currently available for sale. And 750,000 up to $1 million, 51 homes available for sale. When you get above $1 million, we got just 28 homes available between $1 million and $2.5 million. Not a lot of $1 million properties up there in Pasco County, as it's still a very rural community and a lot of farmland going on or existing up there in that neck of the woods. Homes that have sold over the past 6 months, up to $150,000. 1,700 homes have sold over the past 6 months. 150,000 up to 300,000, 2,237 homes have sold in the past 6 months. 300,000 up to 500,000, 718 homes have sold in the past 6 months. 500,000 to 750,000, 107 homes have sold in the past 6 months. And we've only had one sale above $1 million and 9 750 to $1 million. So only $1 million home is sold in the past 6 months in Pasco County. Supply of inventory, 1.2 months of supply of inventory for homes up to $150,000. 2.4 months of supply of inventory for up to $300,000. Then we go up to 5 and between $300,000 and $750,000. Overall, the entire market sitting on about 3 months of supply of inventory across all price points there in Pasco County. 42 short sales available for sale, 67 foreclosures, 97 short sales have sold over the last 6 months, 396 foreclosures have sold over the last 6 months. Short sales as a percentage of available inventory, just over 2.2%. Foreclosures is available, or as a percentage of available inventory, 3.3%. Short sales as a percentage of the closed sales over the last 6 months, 2%. And then foreclosures coming in at 8.3%. And so that's what's going on in Pasco County. When I come back from the break, I'll finish up with what's going on in the Pasco County condo market and also give you a quick tutorial on how to use the real estate functions available on the new thatbusinessnetwork.com. You're listening to the Real Estate Edition of That Business Show 2.0 with your host, Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Hi, welcome to Yeager's. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeager's, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring-type products, hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tiles, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
Hi, Jackie Skelton from JR World Travel here. If you travel, you need a licensed professional travel consultant, not a computer. Your licensed professional consultant can get you more for your time and your money. Value for your money and experience, not marketing salesmanship. When you're sick, you call the doctor. When you need legal advice, you call an attorney. So the next time you want to go on any type of travel, call your licensed professional travel consultant who actually represents you. We specialise in group travel, family reunions, weddings, to escorting large groups or making special arrangements for the disabled. Please call 844-249-0190. We are a full-service travel consultancy offering worldwide concierge service. Air, land, sea, rivers, resorts, locally, nationally and internationally. Remember that number, 844-249-0190.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Edition of That Business Show 2.0. I'm your host, Jamie Maloney, a real estate agent with Coldwell Banker based here in Tampa, Florida. Would love to help you out with your real estate business, whether you're buying or selling a home. Go to thathomevaluation.com and get yourself a free home valuation. And if you're outside the Tampa Bay region, we can still help you out. Just put in your home's information there and we can get you connected to an agent in our vast relocation and our referral network. Also learn more at thatbusinessnetwork.com. And here in just a few moments, I'm going to take you through the site and how to use the real estate functions of the site. So if you're listening to this on an audio-only podcast, you can also see the tutorials over on our YouTube channel and thatbusinessnetwork.com. So let's wrap up and talk about what's going on by the numbers in Pasco County in the condominium market. Not a very lucrative or engaging market up in Pasco County with regard to condominiums. 387 homes available for sale total across all price points in the condo market in Pasco County, up to $75,000. You even got to drop the price point down here to make this more, evenly distributed. 97 condos available for sale, 75,000 to 100,000, 42 condos available for sale. 100,000 up to 150,000, 66 available for sale, and 150,000 to 200,000, 86 available for sale. 200,000 to 250,000, 55 condos available for sale. 250 to 300,000, 31, and then from 300,000 and up, 10 condos available for sale. What's sold in the past 6 months? 288 have sold up to 75,000, 75,000 to 100,000, 74 have sold. 100,000 to 150,000, 230 have sold. 150,000 to 200,000, 208 condos have sold. 200,000 to 250,000, 104 condominiums have sold. 250 to 300,000, 41, and above 300,000, 20 have sold. Inventory supply, 2 months of supply for condos up to 75,000, and then 3 months of supply for up to 100,000, and then it hovers around 1, 2, and 3 months of supply until you get up to the upper price point in the condominium market. Short sales, there's only one available for sale. Maybe it's probably under contract by now at the time of doing the show. 7 foreclosures available for sale, and the short sales that have sold in the past 6 months, 11, and 41 foreclosures have sold over the past 6 months. Short sales is a percentage of the available inventory for condos in Pasco County, 0.26%, almost non-existent. Foreclosures, 1.8%. And short sales is a percentage of the closed inventory of the last 6 months, 1.1%, and foreclosures coming in at 4.2%. So condominiums, not a big area of real estate in Pasco County, but nonetheless something to keep your eye on as the development of the Hillsborough and Tampa Bay community pushes northward. So let's take a look at That Business Network here. This site is the show's website. This is in addition to jamiemaloney.com, which is my Coldwell Banker real estate site. So you can also utilize that for more information and more real estate functions. This here is the show's website. And I'd like to take you through some of the real estate functions on the site. This site is ever evolving and ever growing, and big plans for this site for business professionals across the nation. So keep an eye on this. If you're already a fan of the show, we greatly appreciate you listening and watching to the program each and every morning, or on a podcast or on YouTube or wherever it is that you consume the program. So thatbusinessnetwork.com has a tab over there. It says real estate, and we have the real estate edition shows separated out as a separate podcast here on the feed there. And so you can see the different real estate edition shows right here. These are audio only on the site. To see the videos, you have to go to YouTube, and we've made that easy to find our YouTube channel. Just go to thatyoutubechannel.com. But on this site, you'll see the available audios for all of the past real estate edition shows underneath the real estate tab. Now, the real estate login, if you'd like, you can create a listing manager's account to search for properties on the site and save the properties on your portal. So by doing so, you can come over here underneath real estate, click on real estate login. If you have an existing account, this is also where you will log in. Right there, sign up here, and then go ahead and log in. Also over here is our free home valuation. That home valuation will redirect you to this page here for input on getting a free home report if you're looking to sell a home or refinance a home. For whatever reason that you're looking to get a valuation on a home, I can offer you up that resource, thathomevaluation.com for that site. Searching for properties over here underneath the residential, we have searches for commercial, we have searches for rentals, and searches for vacant land, all broken out nice and easily. You also over here, we have a mortgage calculator that you can calculate the cost of financing. It's a pretty interactive and useful score here, or useful calculator. Put in the price of your home, your down payment, interest rate, and mortgage, and then down below you even see advertisements from some of the different lenders when you put in your information here about your credit score, and then if you're going to be paying any more points on a property, of which we have talked about a number of times on the program. Underneath real estate, coming back over here to residential, you can search via properties via general search, a map search, or address search. So by clicking on property search, it's going to redirect us over here to the portal to search for real estate listings. And you can utilize any of these different fields to search for real estate for whatever it is that you are looking for. Now, this particular search here is just for the Tampa Bay, Florida region. But these, if you're looking for properties outside of the Florida region, reach out to me at thathomesearch.com, and I can put you in touch with one of our agents through our vast relocation and referral network. Again, thathomesearch.com for that resource. Also over here, while we're here, if you're looking to come onto the program, this is where you can schedule an appearance on the program. Simply click on Interview Me and then scroll down. You can see more information, guidance on how we do the program. It records each and every Thursday and then is broadcast new episodes each weekday morning at 7 a.m. with the real estate edition being on Thursday mornings. And down here below, you can set your time and schedule that simply by clicking on that button, and it opens up the calendar. And I got to give a huge props to Acuity Scheduling. I interviewed the founder of this program, or founder of Acuity Scheduling, Gavin Zuklinski, a few weeks ago, and that's where I learned about Acuity Scheduling, put it to immediate use, and it blows all the other scheduling products out of the water. I used to use Calendly for scheduling and for self-scheduling functions. Acuity blows this out of the water, enables payments, and enables products to be sold along with scheduling. It's just a great add-in that any web developer, or even somebody that has basic knowledge of building a website, can utilize. And I don't consider myself a web developer, and I've built this entire site from scratch. And so this is all my own design and my own development at thatbusinessnetwork.com. This site continues to develop too, and so keep an eye on it. A lot more to come. We are going to be doing a crowdfunding campaign here very soon to push the memberships on the site. Past guests will have a free basic login for the site, but as you can see, this becomes is going to become a resource for business professionals. One of the resources inside the paid function of the site is going to be the past guest and member directory, which right now is over 1,400 or 1,500 different past guests on the program. And so a resource for business professionals to meet and connect with. And so other features such as webinars, the ability to post links to your website to make free offers as a member, all that stuff is going to be added into the site here in the coming months. So keep an eye on this. A lot of great resources available here on this site as well. So again, thatbusinessnetwork.com, just one of the, which is the parent show of the real estate edition of the program. Also, we're going to be looking to expand the network of podcast show hosts. So if you have a business podcast that is a niche industry, sort of like what I do with the real estate edition of the show, and you'd like to get this on the network, we're going to start sourcing for people to come on to the program as business niche programs with the moniker, the whatever edition of the program. We will be sourcing for new podcasters for that, because we want to create business shows with that unique name, That Business Show, the real estate edition, That Business Show, the mortgage edition, That Business Show, the accounting division or edition. And so that is the idea of the program. And so if you're a new podcast or a podcaster that is looking for guidance on how to set up a podcast and would like to utilize the resources and the knowledge that I have obtained over the last 4 years of doing a program, please contact me. We will put you as a podcast on the program, That Business Show 2.0, whatever it is that you do, edition of the program. And so part of the growing network of resources for business professionals. So again, if I can help you in any way buying or selling a property in the Tampa Bay region, please reach out to me, thathomevaluation.com. And if you're listening to me in another area, another marketplace, or another state, we do have a vast relocation and referral network. And those agents in those networks are quality agents. Again, I've talked about this on the program before. They get their leads a lot of times solely from those networks. And so if you report they're underperforming or they're not meeting your expectations, they can be removed from those networks. And so you have sort of a control mechanism to ensure that you get good customer service. And you're going to be getting good customer service to begin with, because they wouldn't be in those networks if they were not quality agents to begin with. So take advantage of the resources here offered on That Business Show 2.0 through your host, Jamie Maloney. And again, new episodes of this program each weekday morning at 7 a.m. The Real Estate Edition airing each Thursday morning at 7 a.m. We'd love to hear your story too. Again, tbsinterview.com to come onto the program. That will direct you over there to that interview tab that I was showing just a moment on the program, tbsinterview.com. And we're always looking for support on iTunes and on YouTube. By subscribing and by leaving reviews, you're helping the program grow, and you're helping other entrepreneurs get their message out to more and more people. So we need your help. We need your help from the community, and all you've got to do, go to iTunes, subscribe, leave a review, and we've also offered up a new benefit. By leaving a review on iTunes, you'll become a show supporter on the program, and under our resources tab on the website, we'll link your website to our website with a show card, and an appearance on the program is not required. Simply leave a review and subscribe on iTunes. Email me, jamie@tampabayradio.com, that you did that, and we'll get you up on the show supporters tab with a link to your website with a brief description of what it is that you do, your service or your product. So again, thank you so much for listening or watching. You've been watching the Real Estate Edition of That Business Show 2.0. I'm your host, Jamie Maloney, where real estate becomes show business.